have Mr. Thomas here. So you're welcome to the program.
Thank you, Luis Machocho. Hello, viewers. Always nice being around in the studio with you guys.
It's sports, and we're just going to be doing justice to this. I know it's when we're doing it, we're going to be talking about the recent happenings and what is actually pulling down the minds of Nigerians out there, George Achibe.
Yes.
We're going to be looking at the Olympics. Is just 11 more days from now, and you will just discover that Nigeria still has not yet won a single medal in the Olympics. But then the center of attention is centered actually on the Super Falcons. They had a poor outing this time around.
Yes.
They were not the Super Falcons we actually expected.
Yeah.
So what actually played down in the Super Falcons?
Well, thank you very much. It's quite disappointing that they had to end the way they ended, owing to the fact that this is after 16 years, and then they are coming back this way and fourth in all round, fourth in participation. That's the fourth time in participation in the Olympic, and then they started on a disappointing note, losing all the 3 games in the group stage and crashing out just like that. It's quite disappointing.
A very bad record for the Super Falcons, just winning just a single match out of 11.
After 16 years. After 16 years.
And though we had Chegne writing our names in the book of history as the only lady to have scored in the...
Sure.
So, going by the general performances of the Super Falcon, was it actually bad, or it was because they were placed in a group of dead, as actually said by some analysts out there, Mr. Thomas?
I was so very impressed with their first match, with the way their performances. The second match they are holding, but they lost focus in the second match, which resulted to them losing at the dying minute. Then the third match, they were all out, and that really affected them. If they really stick to the plans of the first and second match, they would have done better. So to me, their general performances for this outing for the tournament is not too superb. Reason being that, first of all, if you talked about having old fox in the ships,
okay,
it's something different. It's another ball game. When you have when Brazil has a Christian and still playing with them, yet she has been retired with them at the Olympics. Then you have the likes of Onaobi and then Francisca Odega. You ask them to go out of the team. That is what is called unity in the camp. There was no unity among the girls because everybody was flying their wings in camp. That was what really happened.
But having Francisca Odega left out of the squad, even from the qualifications, there was no Francisca, there was no AB Onome,
yes.
But they actually pulled ways, you understand. Now, they're saying it was because of Francisca and Onome that were out of the squad that it actually played down there. I may tend to disagree and still agree on the other side, you understand? Because football is a game that experience counts.
Sure.
In some
Sure.
But then how prepared were we? Let's ask ourselves this question: how prepared were we?
Owing to the fact, thank you for that, Coach. I wanted to disagree with him before you came in. Yes, experience counts a lot. Having AB Onome not in the squad and Francisco Odega, a 3 cannot make a forest anyway.
Yeah.
What would have been. But the most important point here is that how prepared were the Super Falcons. And mind you, I felt this is after 16 years. Then you're going into such a tournament. Everybody was excited about it, and a lot of people were looking out for the Super Falcons, believing so much in the Super Falcons. For me, it was a disappointing turnout for crashing out at the group stage. I felt they could do better than just crashing out like that.
They could have done better
and winning at least or drawing at least a game. And is it not Japan they have not played ball with, or Brazil, or whosoever? But looking at the game very well, you will discover that the teams that even a female team was winning like 4-1, and at the end of the day,
Zimbabwe.
Yes, Zimbabwe and Africa.
Zambia.
Zambia was winning 4-1. At the end they end up losing. You're winning 4-1. At the end you lost 6-5. So you discover that it's an African team. The most important thing here is that how well were we prepared for this Olympic, and that is
Okay,
just
so
it.
to my viewer out there, those of you watching from our social media handles, you can join the discussion. The question on the table now is, how prepared were we? How prepared were we as a nation? How prepared were we as a country? How prepared were you as a Nigerian towards the Olympics? That is the question. Then you can always drop your comments in the comment section, so we review them here in the studio. Now, Thomas here, we have bantered, we have said a lot. A lot has been said on the Super Eagles. The Tigers actually won their first match.
Exactly.
And I was looking forward to. And now, should we shift our attention and our hopes to the Tigers?
Well, the Tigers won their first match, lost yesterday.
Yes.
Against France.
Yeah, they lost.
Against France yesterday, and that was really a disappointment to the girls because they were too overexcited, carried away with their first win, which made them to lose focus. First and second quarter, the team were just losing at 7 points. Then coming into third quarter and then fourth quarter, they lost at so many points, about 27 points.
There is this adage they say, whatever a man can do, a woman can do better. I just want to say a very big congratulations to the Tigers, to the Nigerian Super Falcons. Whether they lost, at least the women are doing better than the men.
you can beat that again. For me, losing yesterday, like you, I still disagree with you. Losing yesterday was fine, but for me, they won everything in the first game.
Yes.
They won the number 3,
The world number
three.
Yes.
Can you beat that world number 3? So for me,
France were also coming all out against.
exactly.
You understand?
They were well prepared, and this is what we are talking about. It all boils down to what? Preparation. They knew very well that, if this team can beat world number 3, there is something inside this team. And that's why they came all out for. So for me, I'm not disappointed with the Tigers. They did well, and for me, they are my heroes.
I didn't say
so far. They, in fact, they consoled what
but before the Olympics, we were actually in the studio here, and you said you were going with football. You said you were going with
basketball.
It's a lie.
Basketball.
You said handball.
No, you said handball. You said handball. Don't say handball. Yes.
Yes. I still have the records.
Yes.
Before the Olympics, you went with the football.
Yes.
That means automatically my viewer there, George Achibe, is out of Olympics.
Definitely, I'm out of. I'm not out of Olympic. Nigeria is out of Olympic.
You are out of Olympics.
No, I generalized. I didn't say I'm following the Super Falcons. I said I'm doing what? I'm going for football. So far so good. Nigeria is out of it.
You are out. As a patriotic citizen, you are.
I'm not out. I'm still watching the game.
Okay. We are seeing Olympics, but then definitely I didn't go with anything in Olympics. Let me just go to where football is football. We are going to England. And when we go to England, we talk about the biggest of biggest, which is Manchester United. No doubt, Achibe United, you have failed us this recent years, but Manchester United is still the biggest of biggest when it goes to that city. And looking at Manchester United, we have a whole lot in their camp telling us that we have some injuries.
Yes.
And Manchester United are nursing some injuries, talking of the injury of Euro and Marcus Rashford joining them this season. Is it actually going to affect you people this season, George Achibe?
No, for me, I feel it's not going to affect the team, owing to the fact that the kind of squad they have. Now, you will discover that last season, a lot happened. So I believe that they have learned their lessons now. Marcus Rashford, yes, Rashford can be a little bit, how should I put it?
Shaky.
Yes, shaky for the team that he's out of it. But the centre back that they just got injury to, I feel, yes, there should be a replacement for him. But trust me, Man United are ready to put some stunts this season.
I would not say no, and I will not say yes to this. I will take your view first before we come back to this very one. Thomas here, is Euro's injury actually going to affect Manchester United's performance this season?
Yeah, I'm so sorry for the young lady, but the way the injury just started with the young guy, I feel for him. It's really going to affect Manchester United because the back line of Manchester United up to now is still shaky. And bringing Euro in to fill in the space and cover up some little aspect of the back line, and him too picking up this injury have really affected the team, and it will really going to affect the team for the first 8 or 6 matches. Let's say.
I disagree with you.
Going by statistics, I would also want to say something. Manchester United's problem started the very day Manchester United's skilled defender Vidic had injury.
Yes.
That was where Manchester United's problem started. Now looking for somebody to pair with Ferdinand became a problem. It now transited into the modern generation where you discover that over time Manchester United's centrals have actually gone on injuries, which is their key problem. When they brought Jones, let's take back. When they brought Jones was doing perfectly well with Chris Smalling before he went on injury. Now coming back to the modern days, you will discover that when Maguire was there, Varane came in.
Yes.
Injury took him
out completely.
Martinez from Argentina had injury problems. Now Manchester United have signed somebody to actually strengthen the defense, and he's still off the season. What is the problem with your defense line? Is it that you people, Manchester United, you are using your defense line to... I don't know what you're playing, the kind of gamble or game you're playing there. But if should Manchester United pull that amount to sign Euro, it means they actually needed a central man. And it's going to be out for 3 months.
Yes.
First 3 months of the season. Which actually counts.
Yes, definitely. That's what I'm saying. It actually counts. But even after that, signing him does not mean that there's not a sub for him. Definitely there is a sub for him anyway. But he is a key player. Using that such amount of money signing him is a very, very key. But I still want to still tell you that Manchester United will be the team to shock people this season. The back line, I know definitely they will be a little bit shaky, but trust me that they'll come back stronger.
If that is that for Manchester United. The other time we were here, we said Manchester United lost. It was story for the day.
Yes.
Chelsea lost. We didn't hear the story. It was just normal. And Arsenal have actually lost. Also this preseason. So we have 3 people losing out in the preseason.
Yes.
Okay, now to Benue State, let's take a look at the transfer. What actually boils down in Benue State this morning? We have Elijah Benedict Adakole joining Portmont State SC in Portugal.
Yeah.
You know, Adakole Benedict, he actually started at Young Mayors Football Club, Young Mayors Football Academy, owned and managed by Igbajija.
Yes.
And the lad made his way to Portugal, and today he's actually signing. This is the second club he is signing for in Portugal.
Yes.
Now, what do you really have to say about when we are on grassroots sports, we talk about grassroots development, and now there is somebody, a product of grassroots, that has actually made it to Europe. Before you say anything, I want to say congratulations to the man, Adakole. Congratulations to Young Mayors Football Academy, and congratulations to Igbajija for putting Benue State on the map.
Yeah. Thank you very much. You see, I am so grateful and I'm so happy for the young lad. He's a small kid, and there's one thing about...
There is no small kid in football. When you say small kid, when you call a kid, it's a minor in football. Every professional player is a lad, veteran, or...
Definitely, but he's still a kid anyway. He's still a kid.
As compared to you?
He's a kid. He's a kid anyway. And I'm happy for him. You know, one thing we always say here is consistency, and I'm really happy for what Igbajija is doing at Young Mayors. You could see that he went from Young Mayors down to get this professional contract. Same thing goes to Sule Wisdom. Sule Wisdom too, the same thing. It's from Young Mayors.
Sule Wisdom actually played in the Nigerian Professional League with JM Liberty.
It was National League. He played in NLL.
It's a professional side.
Yes.
It was when JM Liberty was on defund that he actually had a stint with Young Mayors. Though they revived him.
Yes.
So kudos to
same as Adakole. You know, he played Lobby Stars too.
Yeah,
he did very well. When you see a player that has prospects, definitely you know. I'm not surprised seeing him going this far. And really, if you have good people, managers like the Igbajija who would speak, such things will speak for him. It only means that what he's doing in Young Mayors is business. He knows what he's doing there. He's assembling these young lads, taking them off the street to go about grassroots football, and that is the height of grassroots football. This is it, from Young Mayors to boom. Wisdom Sule from Young Mayors to
Slovenia,
and he's just scoring goals anyhow. So really, we must give it to Igbajija for doing so great at Young Mayors.
I'm even looking at something out there, actually. When these lads come around with definitely bring them to the television station here. So
Sure.
our viewer out there, we have little time to interface with them.
Yes.
It's just nice this is happening to Benue State. Thomas, here, do you actually have anything to...
Well, it's always a very beautiful start for Igbajija for always pulling this torch for the young ladies. Grassroots football has really come to play in Benue State, and it's really growing on. That's where I'm so very happy about the system. The coming in of Eddie have made soft landing for so many grassroots football teams to build with courage, and then get into grooming players and assembling everybody together, and then making business out of this. Football is all about business, and they are making it right.
Okay, Bejida has actually made the marketing aspect of it, and well, I'll get in touch. Bejida has actually made that. So let's look at the Nigerian Professional Football League, where we have a coach signed and a coach terminated. That is, a coach was signed before the kickstart of the season, and his contract was actually terminated before the season kick-started. We're talking of no any other person but of Paul of Sporting Lagos, who actually joined Kano Pillars. He was signed by the previous board, and where he said it was a mutual termination. Do you really have anything to say to this contract termination?
There are some rumors coming around from corners. Rumors are sometimes are right. We are talking about his Paul offers a termination contract. The rumors that I have listened to and I have read through some social media handles is all about him having challenges and difficulties with the tribe, that's the region he's coming from. He can't communicate with in Hausa. He has he has a deformity communicating with the players, and second is a mutual understanding between him and then the management, and then the third is he has the commissioner has a take for a homegrown coach.
Okay, that's a take for a homegrown coach,
and not an exporter. So there are these three rumors that came in. Let's look at how time goes. Let's see who they're.
And actually, Abdullah Usman has been appointed, former Enyimba, former Wiki Tourist and Katsina United.
Yes.
Now, Abdullah Usman, when you talk of the region where he was actually going to coach, Paul Ofo was actually going to the far north from the south. Now, the Abdullah, when you were saying, I just googled it so that I would tell you something about Abdullah. Abdullah Usman, from there, coach Enyimba in the Far East.
Yes.
What actually played down in the language? Does he know how to speak Igbo? It shouldn't be about football. Is a game. It's a universal game that is uniting us. It's not about the region. So and that's I say God help us in Nigeria when it comes to our football system. Our football system, it beats my imagination how we think awkwardly about football. Now, when though he said it's rumors,
yes,
there are rumors or posts from
yes,
but that shouldn't be the mindset.
It all boils down. Okay, let's talk about Kano Pillars. Let's look at the Kano Pillars about that. Definitely, Kano Pillars are, for me, feels a team where they feel more comfortable with somebody that can speak their language, or somebody that is connected close to their place. And that is the more reason why you get to see, and the mindset of you have to be professional about everything.
Yes.
And I think most of our Nigeria Premier League football clubs are not professional. Sorry to say it, but it's a simple truth. And that is why you see us, when we get to all these CAF Champions League, Confederation Cup, we cannot perform because of the professionalism is so shallow. And that is why you always see Enyimba standing out. It is business, like he rightly said. Football is business. Football is just strictly by business. Paul Ofo, language or no language, it has nothing to do with that. The simple fact there was that the former manager felt that yes, he is okay for the job. Now, and that was the more reason why I feel that they now release the former management.
Okay.
Let them go. Now they took a decision without letting us know, and so they should go with him altogether.
Okay.
But if you look at the mutual understanding that they understood the Paul Ofo and the goodbye message he sent to them, definitely he would have loved to work with the team. He would have loved to work with the team, but the authorities are the authorities.
Okay.
Mark that the authorities are the authorities.
Okay.
So you cannot See
that
that.
is that is does that for Paul or for I wish him best of luck in his endeavors in
Yes.
football. Football, there is just one thing Coach Morio once said, and I will always say when it comes to coaches, is a hire and fire
Fired.
job.
True.
You may be fired today, you may be fired
Fired
tomorrow.
tomorrow.
You are not
Yes.
fired because you are a bad coach.
Coach.
You are fired because the club wants to fire
Fired
you.
you.
Pochettino actually picked up last season and is nowhere to be found around Chelsea's stadium. So it's a hire and fire job, and that is just much we can take on this program. Alexander Achigbe, it was just super nice having you on Sports Launch today.
Thank you so much, Machucho.
Okay, Thomas Shane, it was indeed nice having you here on Sports Launch.
Thank you, Luis Machucho.
To our viewer out there, I want to say a happy weekend as you go into a new month, beginning on a weekend. It started yesterday, and today we are going to be having our weekend starting later today. So it was just super amazing having you on Sport Launch. Keep watching Benue Television. We will bring the program to you same time, same station next week. I remain Luis Machucho.